And so if she went to reach for it with the left front, a lot of times she would trip on the right hind over it. And that's just an asymmetry in her flexibility. The nice thing that I like about the poles is that clearly she knows where she's supposed to go. And so then the turning becomes really, like, well, of course we're going to there or whatever. It doesn't seem so just kind of random to her. It's like gives them a visual, just like the cones do to the people, but this is more for the horse. And so if you can do some of that with her, I think it'll help her with the turning. It'll also probably help Beth with the turning. And like I said, if you even can put, when Beth rides her, make her go over these at the walk so that she starts to feel when the horse moves a little bit more, like what that feels like.
So I do lunge Beth at the trot or walk trot,
Yeah.
and that's really productive. We get a lot done,
Yeah.
And but this would be great. This would be
So
really
if you lunge, do you put the side reins on the horse when you lunge her?
Not
usually.
Not all the time. No.
We have sometimes, but not all the time.
You could try that.
You're right. We stopped doing that for a little bit. Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
You could put the side reins on the horse, like, long, of course, it's first. And then even with Beth, like, put 2 poles up or something and lunge her, maybe not 4, that might be overwhelming a little bit for Beth, but at first, maybe not, maybe not, I don't know. But maybe just put 2 poles up for Beth when you're lunging so that she can feel when the horse takes a little bit bigger step over the pole, and then it'll encourage the horse to move its body a little bit more, and then you can tell her how to move her body with the horse's body, and make that happen a little bit. Yeah. But yeah, you can definitely tell, like, just not that she's like aerobically fatigued here, but very muscularly fatigued just by having to expand and contract over these poles like this. So
that's interesting. So some things that I was doing was just keeping her on a steady 20 meter, just bending, and then I could take, quarter of the circle or more, third of the circle to go a little forward, then a little back. So I was working her kind of longitudinally, and she wants to come back, so that's not a problem, So
I think add in a little more the sideways bendy, and let the poles do the longitudinal stretching up over her back, and you can keep her a little bit more on a circle. I mean, the other thing you could do would be to set up like 3 poles over there and then do like a figure 8 where you go back and forth and back and forth. Is she going again?
Yeah. So
is she doing another ride?
Saturday.
On Saturday, she's doing another ride. Okay, so what we'll do on Saturday is we'll make a more creative pole pattern for her.
Okay.
And then let's experiment around a little bit. We'll see if we can do some transitions, and yeah, we'll create a cool little pattern for her. And like I said, I think that'd be good for the horse because it'll keep her focused on where we're going. Probably good for Beth too, because then she can feel what the horse moves more. When the horse moves a little bigger over the pole, then it'd be like, oh, well, this isn't so bad. Get her a little more used to it. Yeah.
And
makes sense.
Stretchy circle.
I'd love that, but I don't know if she's there yet.
Yeah, because she just pulls it out of my hands. She doesn't allow me to.
Yeah. And I would feel like if she would stretch down with her neck, that this part of her back would be so tight that she would like almost want to like go like that instead of like this.
Yeah.
I just don't think she's got enough back like expansion contraction yet to do stretchy circle. But if you start working these poles, that might get that back moving enough that there is a little bit more to go down. Yeah, and like I said, I think the ripping the reins out of your hands is her saying, I want to stretch, but I don't really know how, because she's been so contracted all the time in her top line muscles.